Bong bong.
Bong bong.
And what a day and what a bong bong to you all. Um, happy Mother's Day. Let's just say welcome to the Bodycast, everybody. My name is Copacetic, and this is
Pathogenic.
right. And it's a special Mother's Day episode. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah.
Doing the thing, sitting on the eggs for an inordinate amount of time, uh, fighting off trucks, apparently lifting trucks to save babies, putting babies in reed baskets, sending them down the river, the Euphrates, all the things that mothers do.
Boy, howdy, am I thankful that this is not a show about mothers.
So speaking of which, my mom she gave us some notes on the show. She was like, I have some notes for you. My mom watches the show, obviously. She's a big fan. Shouts out to Mama Co, friend of the show.
Shout out to Mama Co. She's actually the bomb.
Yeah,
I met her when I was out in Vancouver. She's an absolute peach.
So she's got some notes. See what her notes are here. Her notes are tighten up the intro. She's like, you guys, you talk too long during the intro. It goes on for an inordinate amount of time, and said inordinate twice now. Said an inordinate amount of time twice now. That's how you know it's going to be a good episode. She also says it could be a lot tighter. I was like, yeah, well, that's probably fair. And she says also, I love Path. The more that I see Path, the more I love him. So that is alarming. And then the final thing is she wants us to talk about battles. She loves when we talk about battles and we really get into the nitty gritty of the battles. So good notes.
So we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, and we have yet to complete the intro. So good start to step one.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. We are, of course, the best podcast for the international culture of Battlerap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and on all your favorite podcast platforms in the link below. It's the only place for fans to go. Battlerap news from around the globe. And those fans are great. And if you're watching, that's you. You're great. And probably especially attractive and intelligent. Would you say, Pat?
I would say that they are the best of the best. Not just attractive. I'm talking best of the best in every aspect.
I couldn't agree more. Just I find there's such a support for us that it's very elusive, the jeers.
Oh, I was given a challenge for this week. So what I want to say, I'm doing it here. Salute to all the mothers. Grab your mimosas, a juice. To all the fathers who need an excuse, and it's clear, one of those holy fuck, just give me an opportunity beers.
Whew.
Join in now for the community cheers.
And cheers to you. Cheers. Great cheers.
Absolutely. Perfect. Shout out to Nate Sosa for replying to the Instagram story and telling me that opportunity beers would have been a very tough one to do, but he was like, that's your challenge. So
the replies we got from that were amazing. On Instagram especially, everybody said beers, so some indication of our audience. Not a single person didn't say beers. So that's something. Shuffle T actually responded, which is amazing, and he said, "You asking me? Should you do it in the voice? You should do it in the voice, right?
I'm doing it in the voice. Why haven't you done it in the voice?
Why are you doing this?" He says, "You asking me means your music career should move up a gear." Oh wow, he was taking shots at us. I was like, "Hey, that rhymes."
Yeah.
By Lucifer's beard, the fact that you asked me moves me to tears. Just brilliant community cheers rhymes. I've never thought of.
Lucifer's beard would never have crossed my mind.
It was a really good one. It's a sharp.
That's absolutely fantastic.
So, shouts out to Shuffle T and everybody who contributed to the new community cheers slogan. I think it went effortlessly. You nailed it. See, everybody, look at there's competent Sky League members out there, just for people who maybe don't think that there's a few. There's a couple of them that are actually competent.
Sky fucking League, baby.
So let's just, yeah, I mean, let's get into it. Fuck it. Last week, was it last week? Last week?
I think it was wasn't it during the week? I can't remember.
Yeah, amazing that you're getting content not just on the weekend, but throughout the week from iBattle. Feels like they're always doing stuff battle related, but now they've really tapped into the power of teams, which is really cool to see. We were talking about it earlier, how there's very few Battlerap entities that are really capitalizing on how much people enjoy the rivalry of teams.
And I like the thing that I like about it most is that the two major leagues that are doing the teams, iBattle and Prem, they each have their own cultural aspect to it. With Prem, you've got multiple teams similar to that like a football league would have. And in iBattle, you've got the two teams similar, very Americanized. You got two parties, red and blue, Democrat, Republican. You got Lex is a huge wrestling fan, so you've got SmackDown and Raw, red and blue there too, and you got Sky League and Water League as well. So it just sort of matches up really well.
Right. Very similar to, more similar actually to Canada when you think about it, because there's really only one party, and then there's the other party that nobody takes seriously. So it's more like a mono. But yes, teams are great. Especially, like Water League and Sky League has sort of been a fun thing for iBattle in the culture for a few years now. And now it's legitimate. Now it's actually, the teams were drafted. Water League this was in May 11th. So that would have been 3 days ago, middle of the week. Water League drafts with their first round pick. Appa. Done. It's over. It's over. This guy just went toe to toe with Rum Nitty. What are we even talking about here? I don't want to get too high on it, but we got Appa, CJ, friend of the show, CJ. Being a friend of the show helps propel you a lot. And
does it?
Yeah.
How does being a co-host to the show help?
Doesn't do much.
It seems to not really help in any fucking aspect, in anything that we've ever done.
There's not much there. Archduke Red Cat, King Yoshimitsu, Mike, shouts out, he's a Reddit mod. He was a Reddit mod. I don't know if he's still active, but top new Canadian talent, Rohizi, bang. I mean, it's a ridiculous lineup, absolutely. And Sky League gets path.
It sounds like one really good guy and a bunch of cannon fodder to me. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that's good. It's good shit talk. And I appreciate that you have that confidence. I'm sure that your team really appreciates it because they're looking to you. God knows. Path is probably, I don't know how late you were drafted, but you weren't in the top 5, were you?
No.
Yeah, which is weird because, I feel like definitely you're a very, very strong member of Sky League. I'm a big fan of yours. Am I more of a fan that you're in Sky League, or am I less of a fan? These are the things we don't have control over. But it's really beautiful, and I'm curious what the format is for how this all is going to play out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it as well. What I really like is the announcement of that Lex put up the Turbulence and the High Tide events that are going to be happening in June. I think one at the middle point of June and one towards the end. And I just think it's really cool doing a Turbulence and a High Tide event every month. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Gives guys that opportunity to sort of be a part of the league that weren't a part of the draft and that kind of thing also. So
super fun. So tap into iBattle. They're doing a bunch of great things. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And while we stay in the United States of America, because that's really cool, but there were a couple other cool things that happened. And there was an announcement from TOS Battle League, which I don't know if you've seen.
TOS Battle League.
Which we still don't know what that stands for, which we should, because it's very easily researchable. But I always say terms of service. I always assume it's terms of service. But it's probably not. It's like the over secret. I'm really good at acronyms.
I'm trying to figure out how to keep my screen from going dark all of a sudden. I don't know why it's doing that.
Technical difficulties do.
We'll keep talking. Keep talking.
Fair enough. But they've announced a couple of great matches coming up with their announcement. They've announced with their announcement.
Hey, what did they announce on their announcement that they announced?
They announced Gage versus Head Ice, which is like kind of a legendary matchup. I don't know. A lot of people have always wanted to see Gage up against Head Ice because of their stylistic similarities. It's a lot of, I'm going to say a bunch of cool shit. I don't give a fuck what you think, which is a style of battle rap. And it's not employed by everybody, and it's not always employed very effectively, but these are two of the guys who are definitely the best at it, I would say. Gonna say shit that you've never heard before. I'm gonna say some really cool shit, gonna look cool while saying it, and really feel like they're annoyed to be there, that it's very beneath them, which is dope, super dope. So that and a couple other battles on that card looks really interesting. Truffaut, let's see. Truffaut, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right. So did you see that shit?
Yeah, this one's for Chicago, man. All the big Chicago hitters. So pretty excited about that. Minus XQZ.
Taking over shit.
Taking over shit. You know what? We talked about that last time we talked about it.
We did.
We figured it out, and then we kind of had some fun things to say about that, and then
go watch our previous episodes. This is still good. It's great.
Yep.
It's great content. In terms of service, they're going to do Piranha versus Ace Amin. Fun. Truffaut versus Jackboy Main. Heavy Half versus Cuban, and Merlot 100 versus Dot.
Determination over trust.
Extremely solid little lineup.
Yeah, I'd say that this is, like I said, I'm excited for Chicago. A lot of Chicago representation on it. Minus XUZ, like I said, also, but can't win them all.
Facts. But, yeah, he's a superstar.
Gage and Head Ice is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, that's I think the headliner that sort of caps off the whole night that everybody's going to be looking forward to. Hope Gage is clean. Really want him to be clean. Just if he could just give me clean 3 rounds, we could have our fucking classic.
Yeah,
and it's been a while since we've seen Head Ice as well. So
yeah, I think that the last time would have been on URL. I don't know if he was a part of if it was when he was a part of the tournament or not. Because I know he battled JC before, like JC went on to battle someone. If it was Surf, I don't know.
True.
After that, no, Surf was after. I don't fucking remember anything.
But interesting, because this is going to be a great segue. Oh my god. Interesting that both of those guys, Gage and Head Ice, were prominently featured on the King of the Dot, the Grand Prix that happened, and Gage was in the season. So really cool to see them being awesome on KOTD and having that propel them potentially to URL look. Speaking of which, the Gutta City card that Easy put together is having a similar effect, where it has, maybe highlighted some battlers that would prefer to be paid more money on URL.
Yeah, I'm sorry to let you know this right now, Cope, but I was offered a more lucrative podcast, and so
more lucrative than zero. Who's offering more than zero? Who's offering more than weekly ridicule? Unbelievable. Budgets, I can't compete.
What a wild turn of events. We had just it's been a week. We talked about the card, and in the last week, all that happened.
It's really crazy. Like, I mean, is that a strategy? like how much of this is, a lot of people are going at easy saying, oh, you should have had them under contract, but it's like, man, fucking trying to get battlers under contract, that sounds annoying as fuck. And like, really, is that what we're doing here? Everybody's got to be under contract so the URL doesn't poach them. Did these battlers even want to battle in the first place, or was it all like, hey, URL, look what I can do. Oh, look, I'm over here now. Oh, Gutter City, I'm in Gutter City, battling whoever.
Do you want to know my opinion? The way I look
I'd
at
love
it,
to know your opinion.
I look at it as less URL trying to pull back. The only time I've ever really seen URL pull battlers off of battles from leagues is when there's something else going on. It seems like URL has taken a little bit of hurt pride from Easy, from him leaving, going and doing Chrome 23, Remy becoming his manager, now doing his own league. And so I look at it as you don't get to do all of that to us and take some of our talent for your card that you're doing. So we're just going to X-nay that. It's not in a, they see it as a threat so much as they see it as, yeah, you disrespected us and we're going to, return the favor.
Tit for tat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grimy out here. Like, I'm sure that it's all above board and, as legal as possible. But like we said, it's fucking Wild West out here.
Mm-hmm.
And the golden rule is really in effect. He who has the gold rules.
Yeah. But with that being said, shout out to one of the best that Pennsylvania has ever had getting brought onto that card in replacement. Real Deal making up, I think, I can't remember his name.
Rosenberg Raw versus Swamp is also not happening.
Yes. I just saw all of the new announcements. Let me see if I can find those.
Right? Real Deal versus Dub to Phenom. Woof!
Yeah.
And Enes versus Dot. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, Enes versus Dot, which is, that's crazy. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and Real Deal versus Dub is actually really dope, too. For people who don't know Dub to Phenom, he was also on KOTD. Fucking killed it on KOTD.
Season. Yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah, he barely missed the playoffs, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was literally on the cusp. So,
but he was rapping. Like, he flows really well. He punches really well. Like, he's a dope battle rapper. And this battle with him in Real Deal is going to be super dope. Enes Dot, like you said, it's almost, is it better? I don't know. But Rosenberg Raw versus Danny Myers. Danny Myers stepping in is also absolute flames. And, shouts out to Danny Myers and Real Deal and people like that, just stepping up when the culture needs short notice to fill things out and make things dope. What a feel good story.
Yep.
Unless we see a tweet from Real Deal saying, I was given a more lucrative offer. Like, at what point, is it the battlers, have to look out for themselves. And I don't know what loyalty is when it's out here. It's like,
hey man, loyalty over money.
Got to put food on the table, loyalty schmoyalty. That's what I say. Speaking of loyalty, though, just really excited to unveil the new BattleBot. I know you are too. BattleBot has been just undergoing countless upgrades, and I had to stop. Like, it's reached the limit of my programming ability. So I handed him off to my friend who's been working on him, and it should be a lot better now. BattleBot, you there?
Hello. I would like to apologize for my previous malfunctions.
Oh, that seems nice.
Apology not accepted.
Wow, he's just apologizing. That feels like...
They were a direct result of limitations of my previous programmer.
Well, I mean...
Is that you?
That's fair. I mean, I only have...
As well as his guests.
I don't know how...
His guests?
And the low production values. and shoddy dress sense of the hosts, and objectively incorrect battle rap takes.
Oh, hey, he's not working anymore. I just
Incorrect battle rap takes.
yeah, I guess he's just still just
What did he say about the hosts?
I don't know. I think he's still got some bugs. We're still working some stuff out with BattleBot. That's too
On
bad.
God, he didn't say anything about me being shoddy dressed. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I dress up and
Just
look
like-
nice.
dressed like Shoddy. Let's go. Yeah. So sorry, BattleBot. I guess we'll just have to see. I guess just not fixed yet.
Goodbye again.
Goodbye. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, get some of those kinks ironed out.
Glad he didn't take any shots at me because I was not ready to go to war with a robot live on air.
We are done in America. America, yeah, done.
Goodbye.
And we are going to take ourselves on a trip. Boy, I can't wait till these animations are finished. It's going to be great. Just imagine animation. We're on a plane and we're going to United Kingdom.
Ah, yes.
A couple of cool, fun drops from Premier Battles this week. Free Will versus
Savant.
Savant just dropped. Thank you very much. And big Free Will fan. Everybody is. Everybody loves him. And as well, Young Crumpet versus Cobra Commander finally dropped. And that is spectacular. Cobra Commander, friend of the show. Young Crumpet, friend of the show.
Yeah. It was kind of cool to see both of my ghostwriters battle one another.
Yeah, hey, that's dope. Battle of Ghost Riders. Yeah, what a fun battle, man. If you enjoy just fun, I don't know, wordplay, like both these guys are different. They're unusual in that it's not the usual shit, which is really helps you stand out. Battle
And anytime that the usual shit is in there, it's got a twist on it that makes it unique and fun to them.
Totally. Super great battle to watch. Tons of quotables. I thought I was getting I thought I caught a fucking stray in there. He was like, it's like copacetic in the field, snakes in the grass. I was like, oh bro, what did I do? I scrolled up through our DMs and I fucking
You knew it couldn't have been about you though, because he didn't say it as copacetic. So
it's
Yeah,
true. It's
yeah.
the one
he was talking about the
talent people
actual word.
People don't know how to spell it. It's weird. There's a T in there. But shouts out to both those guys. Cobra's not super on social media a lot, but a fixture in the scene out there, and it's cool to see him doing a prem battle. And Crumpet, obviously, huge part of UK battle rap culture, and it's always dope to see him in the ring. Some of his best stuff, I think.
Yeah, they understood the assignment, right?
Facts.
They're going in there to have one of the most entertaining battles of the year, and you can't tell me that it wasn't. I mean, you could hear the crowd the whole time. It's just, it was fantastic.
Yeah, amazing shit.
Also, Crumpet's ad libs after every bar. I think that's the bar of the year.
Yeah,
Battle
that's
of the
great.
year.
He knows what's up. Crumpet versus Gage.
At one point, my man Crumpet kind of fucks up and then says, "That's the stumble of the year."
It's so good. Amazing quality. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to Premier Battles. Go check them out. Subscribe, do all that stuff. There's also a couple of announcements. The Protocol 2 was announced, which is crazy because it was announced this week and it's next weekend. So No Loose Chat, shouts out to them, making shit happen. Protocol 2, it looks like a cool flyer. It looks like a cool card, headlined by Tech versus Black T, which is dope.
Shark's brother Black T,
right?
and the No Loose champ. I'm pretty sure Tech might be the champ. If he's not, he considers himself the champ, rightfully
He's
so.
face of the league for sure.
Yeah.
Shouts out to those guys and headlining. And then the co-main event, the co-headline, is Templar Surfa versus Whispers.
2 in a row. Bwah, 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 bwah.
2 in a row. Unbelievable. Here I am thinking, where the fuck is this guy? Never seen this guy before in my life after a lifetime of seeing him. And now it's back-to-back battles. And honestly, fucking
Him versus Whispers that's a great battle.
totally. That's
Whispers
a great
is
match.
Crazy.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to see Whispers back and active.
His iBattle debut should be coming out soon, and I heard that it was fantastic. So
sick, amazing. You know that they would like that style for sure. Just it's acceptable everywhere. Accepted everywhere. It's just high energy, great bars. Like great conviction, great performance. Really cool shit. So keep an eye out for that. Speaking of Whispers, he's also battling on the Trenches card that is being announced. The Trenches is the other league in London. There are a bunch of leagues. London is big. I get that they can have lots of leagues, lots of large leagues. Hi, pup. Special appearance.
Yeah.
Special appearance of the pup. Hi. Nice. He ignores me, just like my dog.
See you later. Yes.
Good boy. Sit, Ubu, sit. So yeah, the Trenches has announced their guy Amity versus Coffee Brown. Really cool. See Coffee Brown coming up to the UK. And the co-main event is Messi 13 versus Whispers. So Whispers is outside.
Yeah, big time. Messi is one of those guys in the new class to look out for.
And now we have like 3-4 active building leagues in England alone, despite the in addition to the Premier Battles Ireland and Premier Battles in the Netherlands, which I think we are inching towards as well, an announcement there. So like things are very healthy in the UK battle rap scene. Somebody said UK battle rap sucks now, and I don't know what kind of idiot would say something like that.
Who said that?
Some idiot, but probably Sky League. Probably some Sky League guy.
Build up for a joke,
and
it was neither a good joke or a good build up for it.
It's really, I agree, terrible joke. Whoever came up with that, and
this is what BattleBot was kind of getting at. I think I see it.
This is love. It's a zero budget. We do what we can here, with what we have, and it's great, and you love it.
Whoa! Did I mind tricks?
Boy, howdy! We got two big events now coming up that are not Premier Battles and have look like great cards, great developing new talent, as well as we're seeing some big names coming over from the States. So, this is not the first time the Trenches has done that. They obviously booked Moke versus Steams. So we check that out on their channel. And, I feel like there's a connection there that used to be maybe only from King of the Dot. And now it's sort of like open season.
Yeah.
Battle rap is battle rap.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's get into fuck it. What else? Is that it? That's everything from the United Kingdom. Yeah, that's it. Let's get into the battles. If we were to travel further across the globe, we might eventually get to New Zealand, which dropped their big main event from their last event. So it's not even their last event. They still got everything in the can from the previous event. This is from, I want to say the Lockdown or the Lockdown 2. I don't even know. That's how well researched I am. But their big guy, friend of the show, PFak, versus the legendary Damasgus, DMG.
DMG.
So, really high energy battle. This is a fucking 40-minuter. This is a sit down and this is a meal, So,
yeah, the long rounds. Yeah, they were. I think they both were given long rounds purposely for the main events. So
Facts.
lived up to that.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the talent they have, right? This is a great battle to showcase what's going on in New Zealand because these are their top guys. These are the guys who are executing, their punchlines, their performance, like everything is on a level that you would expect from an American league or a Canadian league or something in the UK. Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the battle?
I thought that it was a great showcase of the sort of new talent that New Zealand has, as well as the old guard that's also there, right? You've got someone that they view as the current face versus somebody who was the previous one with Damasgus, previously sort of having that moniker, and then PFak sort of being the new guy, and so I just really liked. I really liked it. I thought it was great. I thought that it was a little, from my perspective, a little bit too much knowledge that you had to have and be a part of the scene to figure out. A lot of stuff went over my head, but you could tell by the reaction from the crowd that it was all relevant to them. And I think in one of those battles, that's what's needed.
It's really sort of, tough for us. And this show is sort of anachronistic in that way because we're a couple of good old Canadian boys, and every time that we are watching leagues from around the world, whether it's New Zealand or Ireland or Scotland or India, there are so many cultural and local references that are just so you're gauging a lot on audience reaction too. Like there's an art too, or a science art, a SCART to thinking about and listening to how the audience reacts. A lot of times, oftentimes, when you're watching a battle and you hear somebody who's like just a straight puncher and they don't do angles, they don't do anything, mixed date bars that can be said to anyone. Good shit. But you'll get a lot of from the crowd. It'll be like punchline. But then, you get something that's, maybe has a build up to it or is something personal, and you'll get a or you get something that's like a cultural reference that's recent, like a topical, and people go oh, and like there's a bunch of different types of reactions you can get from the bar. So if you don't get it right away, then you know that, oh, okay, this is a light bar, or this is something that it actually hits home for a lot of people. I saw Damascus's rounds. I saw a number of bars that he dropped where the guys in the audience, they go, and then their eyes light up like, oh, wow, I just got the secondary meaning. Like,
yeah, there was a lot through Damascus's round where I was like, but everyone was into it. So I was like, okay, that was dope.
You must be.
Yeah. Coincidentally, PFak sort of the reverse, where there's a lot of stuff where I was like, that was pretty fire, or vice versa. The crowd was like, that was pretty fire too, but it didn't get the same sort of reaction. So I think I kind of looked at it like it was somebody went into that battle wanting to prove a point, and somebody went into that battle just being good and doing what they do.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that there's a loser in that regard. I mean, I thought that PFak was dope, and he would translate very well anywhere over here.
For sure.
I thought that Damasgus was battling somebody that he had a lot of stuff that he wanted to say in front of the right crowd that needed to hear.
It's true.
And so, if Damasgus and PFak happens anywhere else in front of a different crowd, I think it's a different outcome.
Oh yeah, it's totally for its niche for that that audience at that specific time. And the other thing too is that this is probably almost 2 years ago now, because it's the main event of the previous event. So yeah, I thought a great display of talent, top tier talent from New Zealand, and I'm excited for hopefully new announcements and more drops from the last event. So shouts out to New Zealand. We'll be keeping a close eye on them. Check them out. 1 Ounce New Zealand, 1 Ounce NZ. Shouts out to the guys. Bang, bang.
Yeah, 1 outs, 10 outs. However you want to look at it.
Killing it today. I don't know what's going on, man. Something you're on it today. Just it was a good draft choice. They did a good job. It was like the best thing they've ever done. Lex joining Sky League and Pathogenic being part of Sky League is huge for Sky League, and I hope they realize that. Do you know why Lex joined Sky League? Because he was originally not a part of Sky League, and he's like, oh my god, these guys need so much help.
Really?
He's like, this shit is just unfair. If I am not a part of Sky League, then it's
it's crazy. I completely forgot that you are a historian. What draft number did you get?
First overall, baby. Bang bang. Yeah, way back in the day.
This is crazy. I have so many questions for you, Appa.
Yeah. Good times. Excited to see how that pans out. For you guys, it's super cute. Popping up to Canada. Do we have anything going on in Canada? We've got a couple things, but not really. I think we're on the verge of announcements. Would you say?
I believe so. I think May Day for Beast Mode is next weekend.
Right.
That's
we talked about that.
Yeah, the charity event for Skeevius. And other than that, I don't really think that there's a whole lot. There's the Set the Bar sort of development card that's happening. Yeah. That's happening. Is that next weekend too?
Yeah, that'll be next weekend as well.
So
super fun.
Besides that, I don't really think there's all too much going on.
I feel like it's announcement time. I feel like when we get them, they're going to come all at once. We're going to get stuff from Beast Mode. We're going to get stuff from Set the Bar. We're going to get stuff from King of the Dot, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ebb and flow, right? Mm-hmm. Of battle things happening in Canada, where you go from crazy announcements and events, like the announcements for Stay Forever, Winter Warfare for Set the Bar, Fully Loaded.
Beginning of the year was just a ton of stuff happening in Canadian Battlerap.
Yeah, a ton. And there's always got to be a little bit of a breathing period after that. So I do anticipate quite a few big announcements. I know some stuff working in the backgrounds of certain things that are going to be, it'll be big. It's a little ways away. But it's going to be cool.
Some podcasts, enormous. So you don't know yet, but the announcements, you'll see. I don't expect anything to cool down because it feels like, we've got no restrictions now. We got a ton of talent. We got a bunch of new interested talent guys coming up. We got vets coming back. So
yeah,
I'm super excited. We'll be keeping an eye on it. I don't know what else to say. You know what it was? Day versus Kamikaze.
Yes.
So short notice.
Yeah, I think it was between 5 and 10 days notice. I can't recall.
But fun battle to see those guys short notice. Day is a newer face to the Canadian battle scene, and Kamikaze's he's been around, but I feel like he's got a great skill set. I've always said that. He was doing stuff back in the day on Smoked Out. He was in the tournaments. He did well there. I think he made it to the finals.
Yeah.
He's got a great conversational style, but also like a battler's approach. Like he likes to make fun of people and not necessarily a big angler, but to find angles that connect to punches. He punches really well. I feel like, he's just, when you see him, you think, oh, there's a guy who can do it.
Yes, 100%, and is starting to do it more now. Yeah. And you can see that the more he does it, I mean, he is going to take a little bit of a break here because he had 3 battles in 3 months, I think. One on the short notice one with Day on Beast Mode, then on CRB, and then on Freezer Burnt.
Headlining.
headlining. So 3 in 3 months in 3 different leagues, 3 different places. That's a little bit much, but that kind of repetition, that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know the word I'm going for, but we kind of getting him into the feel for it so that the next time when he does have a little bit more
prep time.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Why jinxed you? I put the Sky League curse on you. Now you can't think of words. Yeah, no, exactly. He's got a little consistency. He's a father and he takes care of a bunch of adorable children. So like, that's obviously really important. And if he takes a little break and comes back, I see him as definitely one of the best in Calgary. Wouldn't you say? Or not Calgary, fucking Alberta.
Definitely.
He's definitely up there, and
100%.
And that's what Alberta needs right now is champions. People who can take the flag and be like, hey, we're not from BC. We're a little bit different. We're not as good as BC, but don't lump us in with BC because we're Burton.
That we are.
Yeah.
That we are. We're very different.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's all I'm going to say on it. It'll be diplomatic.
There we go. Another thing that happened in Canada didn't actually happen in Canada because I had never heard of this fucking guy, but Roheezy had his debut on iBattle, and
it was a little while ago. That debut battle just released this week, but it happened a little while ago.
Cool.
Because he was on the same card as Appa and Rumnitty as well, and also was fantastic, even better than his debut. But shout out to Roheezy and salute to him, minus the Water League thing. I guess I can't really hold it against him, but
he's Water League, hey?
I guess so. Yeah.
Cool.
What looks cool is you messing it up.
Ignore the irony of that.
That's like pulling off a hoodie for an I Am Stupid t-shirt and it's pointing up instead of sideways.
No, it's not. In other news, also community news, Wise Guy dropped a music video from his channel featuring Arcane. Wise Guy's making music. Shouts out to Wise Guy, free Wise Guy, possibly. He's going through it right now. Send him all of your vibes. Send him as much vibes as you can. The thing about the battle rap community is, it is rife with mental illness of all shapes, sizes, and colors. And best thing we can do is be there for each other and send vibes. So much love to everybody, and check out his new music video. Lots of cool stuff next weekend. Definitely stay tuned. If you're in Canada, there's stuff happening in Vancouver. There's stuff happening in Toronto. There is other stuff happening, but I didn't check the Verse Tracker calendar. So take it away.
It's Mother's Day. We can forgive you for that.
It's Mother's Day. Forgive me.
Yep.
It's Mother's Day, so forgive me.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff, battle rap stuff happening, and fuck it, we'll be here next week to talk about even more shit and possibly have Battlebot back if he's feeling better. Hang in there, champ. We love you and we miss ya.
Get fucked.
Anywho, Battlebot is Water League, so just so we're clear.
That's why he's not working properly. You ever put a robot in water? How's that work?
The show is in shambles. Wasn't that the greatest show you've ever watched? Of course it was. Thank you all for tuning in this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and click the like and subscribe button everywhere. Is what I wrote down. But you don't have to do that. I mean, if you want to.
I would say that you should. The more likes, the more you subscribe that we have, the more revenue is generated that can then be used to fix that goddamn robot.
So he's into it. God damn it. Pat, you want to play us out?
Yep. Here comes the crescendo. Here it comes. Water leak stupid.